Welcome back to Famous People English Stories Audiobook in Minutes. Today, we're diving into a story that really has it all. It starts with the birthday that's, well, pretty quiet and lonely. But from there, it just spirals into this incredible tale of chance, a connection that feels almost like fate, and the secret that changes absolutely everything. Let's get right into it.
So this is the big question at the heart of the whole story. Imagine this. You meet a woman who has climbed every ladder, checked every box, achieved everything she ever set out to do, only to realize she's completely and utterly alone. But what if a single storm, a single knock on a cafe door could turn all of that upside down and challenge everything she thought she knew about what really matters?
All right, so let's set this scene. We meet our main character, Sophia Chen. It's her 27th birthday. But this is not the big, glamorous party you might be picturing for a CEO at the top of her game. And right here you see the huge contradiction that is Sophia's life. On paper, she is the definition of success. She's the CEO of Chen Technologies, she's a Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree, she owns this massive penthouse in Manhattan that basically touches the clouds. But what's her reality on her birthday? She's sitting by herself in a quiet cafe with just one single sad-looking cupcake for company. It's this powerful feeling of having everything and yet nothing at the same time that really sets the stage for what's about to happen. So, just as Sophia's kind of sinking into this quiet melancholy, resigning herself to another birthday alone, the door to the cafe bursts open. And in that one moment, her entire world is about to change forever. And in they come. There's Marcus, a man who just looks so deeply tired, and his little 7-year-old daughter Emma, all bundled up in his jacket, taking these tiny, labored breaths. All they want is a place to get out of the rain for a little while. But they end up walking straight into Sophia's life and just completely shattering that quiet, sterile bubble of loneliness she's built around herself. And almost right away, this little girl, Emma, she just starts to tear down all of Sophia's carefully built walls. She sees the cupcake and immediately tells Sophia she's breaking the birthday rule. And what's the rule? Well, apparently you need at least one friend with you to make a wish. Otherwise, the wish just gets lost. It's this super simple, unfiltered kid logic that starts to thaw Sophia's kind of frozen heart. But then Emma says something that just cuts right through all the noise. She looks right past the expensive blazer, the designer handbag, and she sees the truth. With that kind of devastating honesty only a kid can have, she just points out Sophia's deep loneliness. And this isn't just an observation, It's the first real, genuine human connection Sophia has probably felt in years. And pretty quickly, we find out just how high the stakes are in this chance meeting. Emma's not just sick with a little cold. She has a really serious heart condition. The surgery she needs to save her life, it comes with a price tag that is, as Emma puts it, more than all the stars in the sky. $500,000. It's a staggering amount of money, something totally out of reach for her dad, Marcus. So what starts as just a small act of kindness, helping them get Emma's prescription filled, it quickly snowballs into something so much bigger. Sophia is just so moved by their situation. She finds herself doing things she never would have imagined just hours before. She pays for months of their medication, she drives them through the storm, and then finally, she offers them a place to stay in her huge, empty penthouse, which Emma, of course, immediately names the Cloud House. And it's here we find out that Marcus is so much more than just a desperate dad. Emma, so proud, explains that he's actually an architect with this incredible dream. He's designed an entire hospital just for kids with sick hearts, a place with windows shaped like hearts and a garden on the roof. It's this amazing vision of a place that isn't just about medicine, but about healing and hope. And it plants a seed in Sophia's mind. Okay, and this is where Sophia's new personal mission crashes right into her professional life. She decides she's going to make Marcus's dream a reality, but to do it, she has to take this huge career-defining risk. So Sophia walks right into the lion's den.
her company's boardroom. She presents Marcus's groundbreaking hospital designs, but she knows she can't tell them where they really came from. So she lies. She claims the plans are from some big, prestigious architectural firm. She is literally betting her reputation and a billion-dollar company project on a design that was sketched out on her dining room table by a mechanic. Her board, especially her co-founder, Richard, they are immediately suspicious. I mean, this is not the cold, calculating, bottom-line obsessed Sophia they built a company with. He calls her out on it, right there in front of everyone, questioning this sudden shift from pure profit to a project built on hope, of all things. You could cut the tension with a knife. But Sophia's answer just stuns them into silence. It's not a business argument. It's a declaration. It's her telling them, and maybe herself, who she is now. In this one sentence, she completely rejects the person she used to be and embraces this new version of herself, someone who finally gets that all her wealth and power means nothing without a real human purpose. It's a total mic drop moment.
So, the gamble works. The board, against all odds, approves the project. This secures the money for the hospital, and through Marcus's new salary, it also secures the money for Emma's surgery. Now all that's left is to see that promise through.
The day of the surgery is just an agonizing wait. It's a marathon of tension. Sophia stays right there with Marcus through the nerve-wracking pre-op, through the endless 6-hour wait where they just talk, sharing their fears and their life stories. And then finally, that incredible, breathtaking moment of relief when the surgeon walks out and says those magic words, "A complete success." In that moment of just overwhelming relief, Marcus pulls Sophia into a hug, his tears mixing with hers, and he says this, "Our girl's gonna be okay." That one tiny word, "our," it shatters every last boundary between them. It's not a kind stranger helping a father anymore. It's two parents celebrating their child. In that one instant, they became a family. But hold on, the story is not over. Not even close. As Emma starts to recover, she reveals that she's been keeping a secret of her own, a surprise she wanted to save for after. And it is a truth that is more unbelievable than anything they could have possibly imagined. So Emma wakes up, she looks at Sophia and Marcus, and she starts to unravel this mystery she's been thinking about. She talks about something important that Sophia gave away a long time ago, and she connects it all the way back to the sadness she saw in her eyes in the cafe. The whole feeling in the hospital room just shifts from relief to total, stunned confusion. And then, with this incredible, childlike clarity, Emma lays out all the clues. She explains how she pieced it all together. She saw some old papers she wasn't supposed to, and she memorized a donor number. A number she then heard Sophia say over the phone to an insurance agent. She connected that they have the exact same specific heritage. And then, the final, undeniable clue. We have the same nose. And the truth behind all these clues goes back to something Sophia did a lifetime ago. 8 years earlier, when she was a broke and desperate college student, she anonymously donated her eggs to make some extra money for tuition. It was a decision she just buried, never thought about again, and certainly never imagined she would one day meet the child that came from it. And then, Emma just asks the question that changes absolutely everything. It's not an accusation, it's just a simple, matter-of-fact question confirming a truth that, on some level, she seems to have always known. That immediate connection they felt, that magnetic pull in the cafe, it wasn't just a coincidence. It was biology. It was fate. And in the complete, stunned silence of that hospital room, Marcus just takes Sophia's hand and says this, "Welcome to after. After the surgery. After the lies, after all the secrets, their impossible story defied every single odd to bring them together. And now, their real journey as a family was just beginning." It just leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Are some connections just meant to be, no matter how impossible the circumstances?